Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 layout. This is playing along with Scraptember and the Scrappy Sisters. Today's prompt is tone on tone color. And I love doing this, so this one was pretty easy to create. I have this photo of my son from his 11th birthday photos that I took, and he's very serious. I told him to give me a serious look, and he looks really mad. But it was his serious face. So that's what I'm going to title it, is Mr. Serious. And I went digging in the stash for most of the layout, either thickers or this close to my heart collection that I used for my other son. And I decided it was perfect for tone on tone. So here you can see the pie pieces are already cut. Since this was a workshop, it had the rainbow colors basically. So it has red, orange, yellow, green, and blue is the order I'm going to place them in. You can see they're not in rainbow order right now. But when I place them down, I want them to be in rainbow order. The thickers are from Vicky Booten. And pretty much that's going to be it that I bring in from the stash. I'm going to bring in metal dies to cut out stars. I don't think I pull anything off of this sticker sheet except for the card down at the bottom that says, "Hello, my name is." And I'm going to place that up at the top and then put the title down at the bottom that says Mr. Serious. And I just thought that was kind of cute. And I really like the way it turns out in the end. I wish I had more items to place on it, tone on tone, besides punching out stars. But in the end, I think it works. I thought I was going to be able to use these smiley faces, but there wasn't a blue smiley face. And then um, I just really didn't like any of the other items off of the sticker sheet. I do use one of the border stickers, which is those X's in the colorful colors. It has all of the colors. This here is cardstock from Close to My Heart, so one side is lighter than the other. I'm going to punch out 5 stars in 3 sizes. So two of them will be two, two the same size, but one darker, one lighter. And then this black paper is going to be my background, and it's already splattered with the colorful paint in the background. I wanted to use this checkerboard paper just because I really love the black and white check paper. I also use a little bit of this wordy paper too, so I'm going to add lots of layers. I thought I was going to use this paper here. I didn't show it at the beginning, but it does come in the collection, and I even cut it out. I lay it on the layout and then decide I don't like it after all, so I'll end up not using it. I really like the border strip of the X's instead. So that's what I go with instead of this heart paper. But it's okay. I can still use it on another layout, but I'm kind of sad that I cut into that paper. But I do have a whole nother full sheet of that 12 by 12. Now we're going to get started on the layout. I'm going to put that border sticker over here on the left hand side to start. I knew I wanted to use that one for sure, so let's go ahead and placing it down right away. And then I already inked up each of the little pies in black. This is where I'm trying out the heart paper, and I will leave it there for a minute and then you'll see I'll pull it off. Plus it covers up a lot of the paper. Since I'm doing 8.5 by 11, I don't have as much room to work with the colorful pie pieces, and I definitely want those to be showcased on the layout. Not that it makes that much of a difference. That heart paper is not showing very much at all, but I thought it took something away instead of adding something to the layout. So here I'm just like, well, let's go ahead and start adding them and see if I like it better. But I really don't in the end. I'm going to pull it off here in a minute. Yep, there it goes. So I want to make sure all my little pie pieces are in the correct place. I'm going to place this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue down those pie pieces. I didn't want to move them since I already kind of had them in the perfect place. I knew I wouldn't be able to get them back. And to me, it almost looks like a Simon Says board. Um, or I guess it wasn't Simon Says, it was a Simon game where you had to push the colors on a circle wheel and you had to do them in the order that the game told you to do them in. If you're around my age, you remember that game. I don't know if anybody else does. I used to love that game. But anyways, I went ahead and splattered white acrylic paint all over the layout, including on the background. So I wanted it to be all over, and then I will put that to the side and let it dry. And here I come back in, and I went and basically punched out all of my stars and got ready to add the photo in the background piece while that was drying. So here's my photo. And I did print it in black and white. This photo can be in color or black and white. These are digital pictures. And a lot of them I printed in black and white just because back then I thought they looked cool. And I still think they look cool. I really like the photos that I took of him. And he was a really good sport with taking pictures for me. Not so much now. As a 27-year-old, he hates to take pictures. And it's probably my fault. But it's okay because I have lots of photos of him when he's little. Now I have very few photos of him, but it's okay. So here I'm adding the stars and I'm just going to pop them around the layout, and I'm trying to make sure that there's random sizes all around. There's a little tiny itty bitty one. I only punched one of the little tiny itty bitty one in each of the colors. And mainly I'm putting it on the black paper, the little tiny one, except for on the yellow because I don't have room. So that one's not going to go on the black part, but it's okay. I think you can see it really well there on the yellow, and the yellow shows the most because of where it's at. So I think it's okay that it's on it versus the black like the rest of them. So here I'm finally using these letters. I thought I was going to love these letters, but I really don't like mixed fonts. I don't know what it is when you spell out a word with mixed font letters, but for some reason, unless it's the perfect layout, I don't like the way that it looks. I like to mix the fonts if it's one word and then another word, but mixing them like this, just there's something about it that throws me off. But I was able to find enough different ones or the same ones and make it work for Mr. Sirius. So I went ahead and did that. I went off camera and glued all those down, I believe. Yes. And I glued down all the stars. Also, now I'm coming in and adding gold circles and gold stars from this sticker sheet. And this sticker sheet is actually from, oh, what is that collection called? Wildflower? Yeah, I think it's called Wildflower. It's Vicky Bouton's older American Crafts fall collection. But the stars in the gold little circles I thought were perfect, and they match the gold that's in Mr. Sirius. So that adds a pop of gold around the layout. And then I'm going to come in and add the year down at the bottom. And again, that's just to use up more of these uh, numbers, I guess, down at the bottom off of this thicker sheet because I have two sets of these alphas and I really need to get them used. So I decided, this was a great layout to use them on. They work perfect for boys. I do think that they look very masculine, but like I said, I just have a hard time mixing the fonts, but I made it work today. And I'm very proud of that. So here I'm putting 2009. I don't know why I'm going so slow. I must not have sped this part up, but it'll be over here in just a minute. I am going to bring in a couple of gold arrows. I already put one right next to Mr. And then I'm going to put one more down at the bottom with 2009. So here we go. I found the gold one. I'm going to place it down here at the bottom. And that's just to add another little pop of gold. But again, using up more of the arrows and different things that I have on these thicker sets because I love Vicky Booten's products. I love all of her products, so I buy a lot of them. But these arrows come in almost every collection, and I struggle with using them. I don't know what it is about them. I guess I want them to be in the perfect place, and most of the time I end up not using them. But I decided that they were the perfect fit down here by the ear and then up there at the top next to Mr. Sirius. So I'm going to glue down all of the numbers and then I'm going to be done with the layout. I'm going to hold it up, give you a little bit of a closer look, and then have some close-up photos of the layout also. And I hope you guys enjoy today's boy layout and a layout showcasing tone on tone. I love using tone on tone. It's probably one of my funnest ways to create, but not all of the collections work perfectly to do that. But when I do find a collection that does, you can do tone on tone, it's definitely a favorite way to create a layout. And I like the fact that I got a little bit more of that close to my heart stash used up. I definitely need to keep using that stuff up. Thanks for coming by and liking and subscribing and leaving comments down below. I'm enjoying reading them and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.